Hi and welcome to this week's episode of Questions and Answers with Smithsholidayroad. Today we are talking about Hawaii, the
Aloha.
destination of Hawaii. We visited Hawaii back in June 2018, so not that long ago. The first week of their summer and the first week of our winter. We stayed on the island of Oahu and we spent a week there, and we've got lots to share with you about what we did. So our first question from our readers is about the flights and how we actually got there. So Peps, can you remember who did we fly with to get to Hawaii?
Jetstar.
Yeah, we flew with Jetstar, and that was because on Boxing Day they had a really awesome sale, and I thought I would buy ourselves a Christmas present for $400 return flights, which was a really good deal. So $2,000 for the 5 of us to fly return. That was with carry-on luggage only, so 7 kilos each, and we thought that was a pretty good deal.
Maybe under.
Our next question is about that Hawaii is known for being super, super expensive.
Cash.
And our readers want to know if we can give a bit of an idea about the budget that we spent. So Andrew, can you remember the accommodation that we stayed in? Where do we book that through?
That was through Airbnb,
Yep.
a pretty centrally located Airbnb, but it was expensive.
Yeah, it was expensive compared to Southeast Asia, but it was sort of probably Melbourne prices, but it was $1,300 for the week, and it was a 1-bedroom apartment with sort of 2 twin beds, and then in the other room was like a blow-up bed and a couch, so it would easily fit the 5 of us. Easy walking distance to the beach, to all the shops. It had a pool, so it was a really, really good deal.
Dad, take your hat.
And I think the thing that I love most about Airbnb is that you can self-cater. So we were able to drive to the local Safeway, pick up some food shopping for the week, and make our meals in the apartment, which saves quite a lot of money from eating out. Now, staying on Oahu, it doesn't have to be expensive. I mean, staying there is expensive, but the activities, there's lots and lots of things that you can do for free. So when we first got there, we'd sort of just go for a bit of a wander around and see what was happening, and you'd stumble across, free demonstrations and free shows and things like that. So I think it was on the Friday night they had the free fireworks near the Hilton, Hawaii, which that was pretty cool. And also some hula dancing at night time. Heaps of free hikes and walks. There's a really good wheelchair accessible walk up to the lighthouse, which that was pretty steep, but really, really fun to get out there. The Hawaii was one of these places when we were driving around, I just was so wowed every 5 seconds by the amazing nature and the greenery and the hills. It was just, the scenery was just absolutely fantastic. So as a family holiday, I would totally recommend it. Cooper highly recommends it. We'll just share a quick rundown of the budget with you. We hired a Jeep Wrangler 4-wheel drive. Andrew, how much was the car?
Around $600 for the week.
$600 for the week, which I thought was pretty decent. That's $600 Australian.
Yep.
The accommodation was $1,300 Australian. Flights were $2,000. So all up with spending money on meals and things like that, the holiday for the week came in at about 5,000 Australian dollars, which is not bad value, but say in comparison we found we also went to Vietnam for 3 weeks and spent that same amount. So that's sort of just a bit of an idea about how far your money can go in a place like Vietnam and how far it goes, in Hawaii. It's also very dependent on the current exchange rate.
Yes.
So I think when we went, it was maybe 70 cents.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
70 Australian to the dollar.
So it wasn't that good.
Yeah, so it wasn't that good sort of for us or for an Aussie. Okay, so the next question that we've had sent in to us is all about our favourite experiences. So obviously we've all got different personalities and different likes and dislikes. So we're going to share what our favourite thing was to do. So Woody, what was your favourite thing to do in Hawaii?
Go on a submarine.
Can you tell us a bit more about that?
About Hawaii.
About the submarine? What is if no one had seen a submarine, how would you describe it?
We went 70 metres down into the ocean.
Vegeta, what did we see down there?
Some ships and some planes.
Yeah. And they had actually put those there to encourage a new ecosystem to develop, didn't they?
And also some homes for the fish.
That's right.
Yeah, because we saw a turtle in like a little tin bin.
Yeah. So that was with Atlantis Submarine Adventures.
Okay.
And Coops, what was your favourite experience on? So Coops said that his favourite experience in Hawaii was playing at the beach because there were some awesome waves. Yeah. And also eating lots of amazing seafood, which I think your favourite one was the poke bowl on the North Shore. There's some really cool food trucks that you can go to. And that's also really good on the budget. You can get a bit of a cheap meal sitting outside eating some fresh food. Andrew, favourite experience?
Was hiring the Jeep, popping a hood off and driving along the North Shore and rocking up at Lanakai Beach, I think that's how you pronounce it, and seeing all the turtles on the beach that have, it's guarded by a close-knit group of volunteers who make sure the tourists don't go near the turtles. So.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Just seeing like green Hawaiian sea turtles in the wild.
Just like 7 hours later.
They were huge, weren't they, Coops? Peps, what about your favourite experience? Move forward and tell us all about that.
My favourite experience in Hawaii was going parasailing with Mum. So we took a little bus down to the beach and went onto a small boat out into the ocean, and we got hooked into our little harnesses and then shot up into the air, and it was very, very fun.
And did I scream just a little bit?
A little bit, no. She screamed really. She was like... And then we didn't know this, but we dropped into the water.
That's right, they surprised us by dunking us up to about there, underneath the water in the ocean, and we were squealing, but it was heaps and heaps of fun.
Here, Mum.
So that's something like when we go on holidays that I find really important, is to have some one-on-one time, with each child. So Andrew had the boys and Peps and I got to go and do that, which was really cool.
We had Boys' Day.
And I'm just thinking about my favourite experience, and that was hiking up the dormant volcano of Diamond Peak. Diamond Head Peak. Diamond Head, which is a dormant volcano, and we got to hike up in the middle of that all the way up to the top to get some amazing views. But I think my favourite thing about that experience was that Coops walked up there, holding our hands, walking a little bit himself, and got cheers and high fives from the whole Oahu Fire Department because they'd been up there to rescue somebody.
Yeah.
And we made so many new friends and so many great connections because of how proud they were that Coops left his wheelchair down the bottom and hiked all the way up the top.
And this random guy was like, high five, Coop. He was like,
That's
high
right.
five.
We seem to just sort of make friends wherever we go.
You want a rabbit, Pepper? Sorry.
Next week we'll be discussing all things family travel to one of our favourite destinations, Vietnam. So if you've got any questions, please shoot us an email and make sure that you
Subscribe down the bottom and pick like.
and we'll see you next week. See you then.
Bye.